First, let's talk about what's hot now. Sexy top too. I'm loving it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a little sex pot outfit right there, Megan.
This top with your legs.
Yeah,
and then
whoa,
we got
whoa. Well, New Jersey Governor Christie is making news. I don't know if you heard, but over the weekend, he was on an Amtrak train going from Washington, D.C. back to New Jersey. He was asked to leave because he was making too much noise in the quiet car. According to a witness, he was talking loudly on his cell phone, and I guess he was angry with his security detail. But he didn't realize he was in the quiet car, and another witness said, somebody who was watching this said he was very polite. He just left the quiet car. So I know, Megan, you feel strongly about this.
As he should leave the quiet car. Okay,
right.
So I was on a plane this weekend coming home from L.A. without my kids, without anybody. And you know when you travel, if you don't have kids, you travel and you're like, it's like heaven. I walked in with my coffee and my paper and I sat down and the guy next to me for almost 6 hours played a movie on his iPad without headphones.
That's ridiculous.
Sitting next to me. And
so
I
what did you do?
I did nothing. I sat there and I tried to, you know when you like,
he probably couldn't hear you over the noise of his iPad.
But here, this brings up a bigger question. Like, I'm the type of person that says sorry for no reason. I say I'm sorry to you even if I didn't do anything.
You don't like confrontation,
I don't like confrontation at all. So I don't think I could have ever said anything about Christie. I didn't say anything to the man next to me. It made me very nervous, but it was such a miserable flight.
That's the worst.
For 6
Unaware
hours.
people like piss me off. They really do. Like on the flight here, I was doing a red eye, and the person behind me, put their light on. Everyone's trying to sleep, and the big overhead light is just basically blinding everyone. No one can sleep. Use your little light.
Wait, so it's a light though? There's no little light on the thing.
No, there is a little light.
You're in a different class. I'm in coach.
Yeah, right.
So you're in a different class.
All right.
What little light are you talking about?
I think the biggest issue is, number one, if somebody was next to me, you need to listen to this because you don't know how to deal with people.
All right.
If I had somebody next to me, I would have said, excuse me, can you put your earsets in and be quiet? Or reach over and go, you know what, let's cut that off and let's...
I would really do that.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, my time is my time. And if you're impeding on my time, here's the thing. You're not going to make noise around me, especially when I'm tired and I have a fear of flying. I would have taken that thing and I would have chucked it up in the first class and made him go get it.
See, I can understand where Megan's coming from because you don't like confrontation.
No.
By the way, you're going to be stuck to this person for the next 6 hours on the plane. He's sitting next to you, so you have to be a little stealth about it. What I do is I go to the restroom and I speak to a flight attendant and I say, "Hey, the guy in 18B next to me is listening to his iPad. Can you say something?"
But they're going to know you.
No, but anybody around
No,
him
they
could have
noticed you.
reported
You went to the
it.
bathroom.
No, I'm telling you.
That's...
Everybody goes to the bathroom. It's a 6-hour flight.
Well, you know what? First of all, that's a long time to be doing all of that. That's too much like Ocean's 11 groundwork for me. I'd say be very direct. But here's my biggest gripe, okay? I was on Amtrak one time, and I was not in a quiet car, and I had a lady tap me and say, you know what? You got to get off your phone. I mean, she tapped. I was like, listen, lady. This is not a quiet car. If you want quiet, go walk your behind back there and get in the quiet car. I'm on the phone.
And did she?
No, she didn't. But then she was also a part of... Good for her.
No, but I'm saying, why are you using like phones on public, like the transportation?
No. Listen, if there's a quiet car, get in the quiet car. If I'm not in the quiet car, well, then too bad. Then you're part of my conversation. It's a three conversation.
All right.
Yeah.
Speaking of travel aggravation, a recent essay by a self-proclaimed slim person has some plus-side people up in arms. Julie Richardson, a former U.S. citizen living in England, says she is tired of sitting on airplanes next to passengers who are too large for their seat. She believes if you're very tall, you pay for more legroom, so that if you're carrying a few extra pounds too many, then you should have to pay more for a larger seat. And there is one airline now that weighs the passenger and the luggage. Yeah, they do.
Well, are you sponsoring? No, wait a minute, that's ridiculous. Who sponsors that? Weight Watchers? Number one, because they always got you weighing in for something. Here's the problem, okay? Them seats are small as hell, all right? I've seen normal people go sit down and scrunch up and this and that. Here's what I think should happen. If you're a smaller person and you're not taking up all the space, donate something to me so I ain't got to spend another $300-400 on a ticket.
But see, here's the thing. You paid for the seat. I paid for the seat, so that whole seat, that little square, that's my space.
Listen, but you can also fit in the overhead glove compartment. You're very small, okay? You can donate some space to me.
No,
but then you have to pay for that space.
You could pay me for my space.
Well, then you shouldn't have to donate the space.
Listen, if I'm sitting next to you, you get a little bit of my loving on top of you. Be grateful, okay?
If I want
sit
it.
next
No,
to.
if I want it, then bring it. But here's my thing. This is what I think that airlines should do. I don't think that they should force people to pay for that. I think they should have a wide seat option. I think that whether you're
think
plus
that's
size or whether you're small. By the way, why is that embarrassing?
I would be humiliating for someone to say.
I want
need
a
to have
plus size seat. I want more space on the plane.
But you know
It
what?
doesn't matter if you're big or
We gotta
small.
keep it real. On this panel, I have a plus size seat. I'm the only one with a big butt seat, and everybody else got this. I don't know, Meredith, did you take out of my check?
No, what are you talking about?
Look at this seat.
She has a bigger seat. She does.
Look how big that seat is. Look at that little seat.
It is a bigger seat.
But the
I
problem
never
is-
knew that.
The problem is the airlines do not, they don't have bigger seats at all.
Last season, I was like this in the
So
little.
you wanted you asked for it.
Like a
yeah.
bigger seat.
maybe
But
you
maybe you
like
took it out of my check. I don't know.
Touch your paycheck. Jeez.
I think you should have the option to buy extra legroom if you want, and you should have the option to buy a little extra room.
Seat if you
Why?
want it.
Why not? If you want it, but they should never force anyone to
I
do
think
that.
it should
That's
be,
not okay.
look, I think the only way to be fair is to, they should offer seats that are bigger, which I don't think
I'll take
airlines
it.
do. I've never seen them. They have gotten smaller and smaller. It's
Called
ridiculous.
business class to you.
Stop it, stop it. But I think it's all about weight when you're flying on the airlines, and so maybe to be fair, you should weigh the luggage and person as we're going on.
That's what they're doing. That's what that airline
if
is
you're
doing.
larger
Find that
and you have less
Well, if I'm
luggage,
too
you get a
big
better
to
seat.
sit in the seat, I'm damn sure too big to get up in the air. So maybe I should just be off the plane in general.
Then you have less luggage.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Chris Rock is in hot water for a joke he retweeted about Lamar Odom Thursday night. The joke was not his, but a message from some e-cards, and it reads, "Here's to Lamar Odom on being the first guy in history to have coke and hookers save his marriage." Now, some people thought that was, again, he retweeted something. Some people thought it was inappropriate because Lamar is still in the hospital. He's not well by any means, although he has gotten out of the coma, which is great news, obviously. What do you guys think? Is comedic license here?
Yeah, I mean, listen, sometimes in the event of like a tragedy, you have to laugh at it. And listen, realistically, he got in that position because of coke and hookers. I mean, so we just turned it into a
Not
joke.
telling the truth. Yeah.
I don't see any problem with it. I don't think he was being malicious with that. And he was
joke is a
sharing
joke.
somebody else's thing that they had memed up, so.
But the reality is, I think it really could save his marriage. He's hit rock bottom. I'm like, this is the
Well,
bottom.
they're not getting divorced
They're
right
not
now.
getting divorced. And if this is your low, if this is the absolute low, maybe this will help build them back up and make them stronger and make, because I think well, you can answer this better than me, but I think she really loves him. I mean,
course
in
she
the
does.
series, I watched the show, she continually talks about him all the time.
Yeah, of course.
So-
She's always been in love with him, and hopefully this will be the rock bottom that brings them together. That was the one thing separating them was this addiction, and now that hopefully this will be over, he'll have a new life, them hopefully together, because I love them together.
Meanwhile, the owner of the brothel wants $75,000 from that he racked up.
See, that's ridiculous.
Saying they'll hit on the Kardashians for the money.
But I think the Kardashians should charge him for all the free publicity that they've been bringing to the Love Ranch for the last 3 weeks. I mean, that's what they should be charging him for. Have you ever heard so much about a brothel in the last 2 weeks?
This guy seems really, really shady to me, and and he was upset that they asked for an itemized, a bill of what the $75,000 is for.
That's what you do post checkout.
But that's what you do at checkout. I mean, I know if they charge me an extra bottle of water, I want to know that, and so he's getting all upset that they're asking for an itemized bill.
But shouldn't somebody pay for the services?
He went and got, you're right, he went and got this done. He went and had services done. He should pay for it.
Yeah, but how do
Someone
you
has
know
to
what
pay
he
for it.
did? They're not
It
saying
doesn't
what he
matter.
did.
He's going to a brothel. They can charge whatever they want to charge.
If you go into a coma while you getting services done, you need to get a refund, okay?
I think they need a tread.
Also responsibility here, okay. Okay, I have a question for couples in the audience. This is for all the couples in the audience. Could you and your partner go 90 days without sex? Nothing.
No one.
There's no.
Crickets.
Any?
Silence.
Yes, if you could. Yes, you could.
Crickets.
There we go. All right.
There's that one right in the middle there.
There's 3 women in the middle that are like,
And they actually seem gleeful about it. Well, Terry Crews and his wife Rebecca did. What?
If he was in a coma?
If he was in a coma. All right, this is getting out of control. Terry Crews and his wife Rebecca did, and they say it made their union stronger, actually. They're more in love now at the end of the 90 days. And Crews said that most men were not looking for porn. You were looking for someone to know us and love us at the same time. So
I would
can
love to
see
meet
this.
that man he talking about because I ain't never met that man.
Yeah.
And that's number one. Number two, I just got 90 days worth of contacts, and I'm like, I can't wait to get through them contacts. So I can imagine going 90 days without sex. Forget it.
You think it'd be that hard?
I'm with Yamanika on this one. I'm calling straight BS. Maybe they didn't have sex, but men have a biological need.
Well, maybe
to
he
release.
met-
So
yeah.
he was doing
Yeah.
something
Right.
over the 90 days.
I think they were talking about the intercourse. Like I had personally, I was saying earlier, when I was pregnant, I couldn't have sex because of certain reasons, and that was almost 9 months. And I'm like, it made my husband and I
But did you
appreciate.
even want it during that time?
Yeah, when you're pregnant, there's other things you like and enjoy
Yeah.
and stuff like. Yes, I did, but it made us stronger. It made us stronger, and I think our union, because we had to talk a lot more, cuddle a lot more, and they always say like romantic love is between 2 and 19 months when you're really going at it, and at the end of that. You want to grow older with someone. It's not all about sex, I have to say. It's like, as you get older, it's about sex.
Listen, I had a guy that cuddled me for 6 months, and I was like, stop cuddling me. I'm not a newborn baby in the NICU.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.